Lesson 10, Solving and Graphing Inequalities. So compound inequalities is just two inequalities together. You're going to either use an and, or you're going to use the word or. So for example, here's some examples. If we had -5 is less than -2 and x plus 4 is greater than 1, this is called an intersection because it has the word and. If we had y is greater than y minus 4 or 2y is less than y plus 5, that's called a union, just because you have the word or. If you have 2 together, 2 is less than or equal to 3x plus 2 is less than 14, this is an and statement. It's saying you could take the is less than 14 off. So you could say 2 is less than or equal to 3x plus 2, and you would take this end off and you'd have 3x plus 2 is less than 14. So this is considered an intersection. So we could solve this intersection by separating it and solving for x, just like we do as if it were equal sign. So in this case, I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides, and I get 0 is less than or equal to 3x. Then when I divide by 3, I still get 0 is less than or equal to x. Then on this one, if I subtract 2 from both sides, I get 3x is less than 12, and when I divide both sides by 3, I get x is less than 4. So we have 0 is less than or equal to x, and x is less than 4, but we want to put that in compound inequality where it's together, and we'd have 0 is less than x is less than 4. So 0 is less than or equal to x is less than 4, and if we wanted to graph that, we would need our 0 and our 4. The and statement's going to be between. 0 would be a solid circle, the 4 would be an open circle, and we would color in between. So we solve them just like we do with equations. Sometimes we will get an answer. Let's say we're solving, we come along, we get 2 is less than -3. That is never true. So if we were solving and we ended up with something that's never true, then there would be no solution. That just means no solution. So whatever you started with, there's not a solution to it. If we come up with, we're solving our equation, we come up with 0 is less than 5. That's always true. 0 is always less than 5. So let's say we solved and our variables eliminated and we were left with something that's always true, then your solution is all real numbers. And if you were to graph it, you would just shade in the whole number line like this. And just make sure you have your letters. If you were to graph no solution, I don't put arrows on, and I just draw it like that. No solution. There's nothing shaded or anything like that. So these are just solving and graphing inequalities. That's the end of lesson 10.